There it is. Livestock cage made out of cut up cow panels. Enough to bring 4 sheep home. I put the whole thing together with zip ties first and then used these thick metal jump rings in every single row all the way around to join the pieces to themselves permanently. And then I cut out little holes so that it would sit over the wheel wells. And then this front hatch is held together with 2 carabiners. And this front hatch will just hinge open like this, and I can even flip it all the way back around and put it on top of itself so it stays out of the way. Yeah, cool. Not bad. There are 4 of these tie points at the 4 corners, and I'm going to attach the entire thing with these carabiners to the tie down points so that the actual structure of the cage won't even be able to leave the bed of the truck, unless I wanted to. This house is truly the castle of Theseus, in that we've replaced everything. So when Corey and I first got out here, the house was unlivable for several reasons. It had squatters in it. There were open doors and windows to the outside. The carpet was completely molded. There was black mold on the walls. There was no power. Squatters had ripped all the power out of the walls. The plumbing was ruined, partly from freezing several times. There were lots of leaks in it. Really the only thing that worked was the propane, but we still couldn't live in the house because of the mold. So Corey and I lived in a short school bus, which if you go back far enough, I have a video called Stardew Valley IRL. And that was when we first got out here, and we lived in a short school bus parked inside this auto shop. Now we eventually extricated the school bus, cleaned up the auto shop, and had our wedding in here. And the school bus now lives on a bus lot where Corey's Nana works. This was the auto shop that we lived in. It was uninsulated at the time, and we kept the entire thing running with 2 really efficient resistive heaters. And I say really efficient facetiously. We spent about $500 a month to live in here, and it was still just above freezing in here during the worst of the winter. But inside the school bus that was parked in here, it was toasty warm, thanks to a little heat storm infrared heater that we still have. So after 8 months of living in the auto shop and pooping in sawdust, we finally got the black mold in the house abated. We got the power redone. I redid the plumbing myself. I redid the floors after Corey pulled out all the old moldy carpet. We caulked all the windows. I put new window screens up. I repaired these 2 double doors at the back that were busted. We had to replace every single appliance in the house, with the exception of the HVAC unit, which just died a couple of days ago. We actually had a carbon monoxide scare, and thank God we have carbon monoxide detectors all over the house since we used a lot of propane. But it went off at 1 a.m. and it was the heat exchanger in the HVAC unit finally cracking and dying and releasing CO into the stream of heat coming in through the vents. So we've been living without heat during this cold snap, but what has kept us alive is that very same heat storm infrared heater. This thing. I highly recommend this. Heat storm, if you want to send us some more, I will gladly keep talking about you on the channel. But either way, I think this was maybe $80 on Amazon. It keeps our entire bedroom and the adjoined bathroom toasty warm. And no chance of carbon monoxide. We actually had to redo all of the HVAC ducting. Even though the unit worked, the ducting was full of animals. I mean, big animals that had crawled up under the house through an open crawl space and were all tearing down the ductwork and like nesting up in it. So we had to drag out like 150 feet of ductwork and redo all that too. It's been a long journey. It feels like way longer than 3 years. Redundancy. I got 4 U's in the back of the truck. We're in the middle of the hills in Witter, Arkansas. So we're about to head back with my girls. New unit, humming away. The girls are home, but they are trepidatious. They've just been on a long 2-hour truck trip through the Ozarks. So we've got the gate held open with a bungee, and then I've got a small piece of cattle panel here. I've got another panel here. I've been getting my finger into frame a lot lately. It really makes me feel old. I've got another panel here. So now I'm just gonna open the back of the truck, pull this cage back, and let them sort of find their own way in. Hey, cuties. You wanna come out? I don't know if that sound works on you, but it works on every other animal. Come on. Come on. All 4 of yous. Come here. Maybe if I wander over here. Hey, come on now. I need bait. I ended up having to climb into the back of the truck with them and physically evict them. But now they're happy, they're out. I've got that much more daylight to go cobble together a food and water situation. So good luck. So 15 minutes in, they've chilled, they're okay with me, and they are instantly starting in on all of our wild raspberry, which is otherwise immortal and unkillable. So I'm very pleased. There we go. That'll get you through the night. Looks cozy. Oh, water. Gotta go get water.